Will Christianity survive if we removed hell from its teachings? Our topic today will center on something that was triggered or that was basically caused by a debate I had with who considers himself to be a very, very diehard, devout Catholic, to the point that he believes that Pope Francis himself has started to betray the original teachings of the Church, and that his convictions as a Catholic is in fact stronger than that of the Pope. So this debate with a wildly diehard in the sense that he the way he was expounding on the Catholic faith is almost at the same level as an extreme fundamentalist Christian. So that there is no salvation. To him, there is no salvation outside the Catholic Church. And there are no exceptions. If you are not baptized as a Catholic and you do not go through the sacraments, so that even the most sincere, the truest of the fundamentalist Christians, and whatever sect of Christianity that is not Catholic, will not be saved. So I had a debate with this guy. So I asked him before he dropped the debate altogether. And I framed this in a way that was clearly a hypothetical question. So I asked this friend of mine that if there was no hell in Roman Catholicism or Christianity, would you still believe in God? So the question is, would you still be a Catholic if there was no hell? To shorten my question. And all I got was nothing but really strange replies. He asked me over and over again he asked me or told me that I was asking him to lie. Yes, he said that he told me I should stop asking questions that is forcing him to lie or to corner him and to say something bad about his faith, about his Roman Catholic faith. And I was perplexed, so I made best effort in the most simple and easy way. I even gave him a definition of hypothetical, cut and paste from Google search. And I told him, look, I'm asking a straightforward answer and I don't need any deviation from a very simple yes or no. Are you still going to be a Roman Catholic if there was no hell in the teachings of your church? And as I continued to pursue getting a response from him, so I really pressed on. I just said, look, I'm not asking you to give me a whole theological background on hell, because he was starting to the funny part was, this guy is a Roman Catholic, right? He started citing Bible verses that proved hell, and he goes on in as far as saying, you cannot convince me to say that there is no hell. And I'm saying, and I told him, I'm not asking you to prove or not prove existence of hell. I'm asking if you would still be Catholic if there was no hell. And the last few points of his response before he totally left the chat was, I will not fall for your satanic questions, because in this, quote unquote, this is exactly what he said. You are clearly possessed by the devil, by Satan himself. And I refuse to answer your question because you are asking me to lie. And after he said that, he posted put on the chat 3 Hail Marys, and then he hasn't responded to any of my reach any to any of my inquiries or any of my intentions after that. So I was reaching out and asking him, hey, what's going on? Are you still on for a dialogue or discussion? He's just seen zone me. Okay, that was the context of the question today. Because, and I know it's unfair to make this one Catholic a basis for the rest of the billions of Catholics around the world. But it really, really shows that how integral hell, especially an eternal hell, is in the context of Christians. Let me tell you why I believe it is important. Because it is easier for people to believe in something when they are afraid of something. And fear is a very powerful motivator for humans who are emotional beings or emotional creatures. I think more than any other emotion in the human dimension of feelings, fear is probably the greatest. And I dare say fear is actually a stronger and greater, or has a stronger sensation than love itself. Because if love and the other feelings associated with love are in fact stronger than fear, I think very few religions would capitalize on fear as a means to sell itself to those they want to convert, those they are hoping to get into their own fold. So hell is definitely a very strong motivator for fear, because who in their right mind wants to go to hell, except for those who are awake enough to realize that when you get to heaven and you're gonna spend eternity with the very people you were avoiding here in this lifetime. That's sarcasm. But the point being that Christianity, this is what I believe, will not have become the major religion it is today if there was no teaching of hell. If hell was not, even if hell was not eternal, it would have been very difficult to make the conversions. Because fear is really a driving motivator. It's really a very strong motivator for anything. Whether it is religion, politics, and any kind of, like in sales, the greatest salespeople leverage on fear, right? The fear of loss or opportunity. Like if you miss out on this deal today, the 50% off will be gone, right? Along parallel lines, it's not different. It's fear that works most of the time. Fear that you will suffer for eternity in the afterlife, tortured by Satan and his demons. It's just really hilarious that someone called me out as possessed by Satan himself for asking that question. If you will still be a Christian, a Catholic, if there was no hell. It's apparently a very satanic question, or a Satan-induced question. So let me ask the listeners, those who subscribe to the channel, what are your thoughts on hell? Your thoughts on fear? And all of this, how it correlates and relates with religion, your God, your faith. If there was no hell, or if hell was not eternal, would you still believe? Because as an atheist, I can answer. If I were a Christian and hell did not exist, I would still be a Christian. Because for me, the love of God, God's love for me is all that matters. Hell, devil or not, I don't really care. But that's me, and I'm an atheist, so who am I to say? This is Raffy Gutierrez. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the people who have been commenting in our channel. This has been a great opportunity to share with you my deepest thoughts and convictions on faith. I look forward to seeing your responses and your comments in the comment section. Again, this is Raffy Gutierrez, Usapang Religion and Crossroads of Faith. I'll see you in the next talk.